How are we doing here? Pretty good. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amy Mantis, where we talk about all things guitar and music related. Today, I want to talk about an overlooked way of learning the major scale. And the major scale is one of the most fundamental building blocks of music. And you owe it to yourself and to your musicians around you to know it well. So on the guitar, it's not as intuitive as a piano to see what a C major scale is. And we're going to stay in C major because there are no sharps and flats, and it makes it easier to talk about. So on a piano, that's all the white keys. Starting on C, which is the white key that's before the two black keys. You get C, D, E, then you get E to F, G, A, B, C. On the guitar, we have not as much of a visual way of learning it, but we kind of do with our whole steps and half steps and frets. So we're going to start on the first fret of the B string because that's going to give us a C major scale up one string that lets us really see the whole step, half step pattern. And if I could have a billboard, I think I would have it be the major scale pattern, which is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So two whole steps, one half step, three whole steps, one half step. So starting on C, we get C, D, E, F, that's your half step, G, A, B, and then back to C, that's your other half step. Quick rule of thumb, the only half steps between natural notes are E to F and B to C. So I'm going to play it through once on the guitar and then we'll talk about it. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. First whole step is C to D. Second whole step is D to E rather. First half step is E to F. Then your next whole step is F to G. Then you get G to A. Then you get A to B. Then you get B back to C. And the reason why I think learning it this way is really good is because it shows you the whole step, half step relationship in a very direct manner. If I play it like this, you don't see the relationship as much. You can hear it, but you don't see that this is a whole step. That's D and that's E. You eventually, if you learn the pattern, you understand that that is a whole step, but out of the gate, it's easier to see it this way. So I don't care what fingers you use to play it. It's not about fingers this time. This is about learning that pattern and what it looks like. So once more, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That scale, as I said, looks like this one. Or I should say sounds like that one because they don't look anything alike. And that's where it gets a little confusing. Whereas on a piano, a C major scale looks the same no matter where you're playing it. No matter what octave you're in, it's going to be those 8 white keys. On a guitar, we get this. And that's only a handful of ways you can play that scale. So I think if you learn that relationship really well, it then makes these make a lot more sense. The other thing that makes them make a lot more sense is knowing your notes on the fretboard. And that can come from a variety of methods, one of them being playing major scales on one string. We're going to take a detour. I said we're only going to do C major. No, we're also going to do a G major scale because that has one sharp. Because in order to keep that major scale pattern, we have to raise F to F sharp. Otherwise, we're not playing a G major scale. We are playing a G Mixolydian scale, and that's a whole other topic. So, but as an example, G major, using the G string, and that same pattern of whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. G to A to B, B to C, whole step, half step. Then we get C to D, whole step, D to E, whole step. And if you play E to F, that's a half step, because over 1 fret's a half step, 2 frets is a whole step. So we have to raise that F, that 7th degree, up to F sharp, so that it can resolve from F sharp to G, because that has to be a half step. So all the way through. And you'll hear that they sound similar. Because that pattern is the same. The notes are different, but the pattern remains the same, so there's a similar quality to what was just played. To practice this, memorize that pattern. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step. And then start going up and down the string, and you can play anywhere you want. C is the easy one because it has no sharps and flats. If you're going to play G, you get 1 sharp, D, you get 2 sharps. This is where you learn your circle of fifths and circle of fourths, and that's a whole other conversation as well. There are people walking by again, very public place today. So I hope that this is helpful, and I think it's important to know, because it will make you a better musician if you know this stuff. So I'll be back again soon with more in-depth lessons, and in the meantime, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you have any requests, drop them in the comments. I hope that you found this valuable, and I will talk to you again real soon. Cheers. Oh, one more time, just for safekeeping. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The elevator's a C.